the podcast. Welcome back to Thanks for Your Concern. You're here with Ella.
And I'm Berenice. Welcome.
Welcome. It's just one of those nights.
Yeah?
It's one of those nights. Okay, you guys, I'm going to be so fucking real. I, today, almost, I think the Gen Z calls it crashed out. I almost crashed out today, like legit. But then...
In life? Like vibe-wise? Okay. What's going on?
You know, like crashed out, like it means you almost lost it?
Oh, no. I thought crashed out meant like you're burned out, like I'm crashing. I thought like losing it is like I almost tweaked out. You know what I mean? Like...
Okay, well, maybe, I don't know. There's like a lot of terms, but like I think I almost lost it, okay? I almost lost it.
Yeah.
Angry, aggressive Ella almost took over my body. But... Luckily,
almost came out.
Yeah, Joanne. I almost went to a place where sometimes my mom, she would like check me. She'd be like, "Why are you talking to me with like that?" And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Elizabeth, I'm talking to you very normal." She's like, "No, you're being aggressive." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm really not. I'm like 16. Calm down." I almost got aggressive, but then I took a beat, okay? I went to a really hard Pilates class, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And I was walking out of I walked out of the Pilates class and I just was like, you know what? This is not going to be in my autobiography. As in, it is not significant enough. I just mean it's not interesting and it's not significant. It's like, you know, I think sometimes people say like, oh, like you have such interesting lore, you know? I think that's how they termed it. But like, I remember in college, it's like, dang, girl, you got a backstory, right? This is just not important, okay? Not important, not interesting. So
you let it go.
I let it go, okay?
That's beautiful. Perspective. Everything's perspective.
And then, you know, I made a plan. I was like, okay, we know, like the world's screaming at you. Make a plan, babes. And just stick with the plan.
You know, I'm glad that you came back. To us.
And now I'm in a great mood.
Oh, good. Well, look at you. Look who rallied all of their own.
And quickly. That's why I'm back in a good mood, because I was like, you know what? I really could have crashed out. I was really close there. I saw myself go into a dark place of aggressiveness. But then I was like, you know what? No. Bring it back. It only took like 4 hours for me to complete a circle. This is something I could have crashed, like fucking really flipped out about for like 2-3 weeks. I'm like, all right, 4 hours. That's good time. Look at us.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that our alter egos, they're slightly different. Joanne hadn't made an appearance in a while, mainly because she only came out when you were blacked out. But, you know, they're in us. And I think it's funny that you mentioned that, because Ella's is a little more mean. Like her alter ego gets a little aggressive, a little sassy, a little moody, a little moody bitch. And mine actually also came out. Maybe it's just the season for the alter egos. Something's in the air. It's eclipse season. Some would say. But yeah, you know, it was Independence Day weekend, and I've been feeling, my alter ego's name is Natalie, and she hasn't made an appearance in a while, but I had been feeling her creeping up recently. And Natalie only pops up when like she needs to be summoned, like something's up, like the vibe needs to be upgraded, changed, whatever. Like something needs to happen, and that's why Natalie's like, something is wrong, and you need to let him know, sis. So Natalie took over, and Natalie has no grace, right? So she's a messy bitch. And yeah, she had an interesting path of destruction. I wouldn't call it destruction. I think the thing with Natalie is that she does things to change up the vibe that need to happen, but the delivery could be anything. So, yeah, I made some interesting choices. We got a little Mexican messy. And usually I have anxiety over it because I'm like, ooh, the delivery sucked. But now I'm just grateful, because since there's no people pleaser in Natalie, I feel like I just spoke out of the coreness of my heart. And then I was still feeling a little, did I make the right choice? I don't know. But then today I got a little note in the morning, and it really rallied me up. And I just wanted to share. So this morning I get a DM request, and the DM request is from somebody I don't know, a little raver. And I'm like, oh, I love little raver requests. And the note says, hey, this is kind of funny, but I thought I'd let you know. you posted this TikTok in June. So in June, I made a little like tarot reading with
Mm.
some cards I've been given in the past at raves. And basically, mine was I just pulled out a set card and I was like, "You have to go to the show." So apparently, this girl changed her entire plan of the summer to go to this show in Denver. Met her boyfriend and like be in love, changed her whole life. I changed her life.
Hell yeah, baby.
She shouldn't have told me that because now I'm like, I have a gift. The delusions just took on.
That's the second life we've changed, baby. I say we. I'm
may
already
have-
grabbing onto it. I was like, we've changed lives.
It's communal, you know? My win
Yes.
is your win. Our gifts, our gifts. Your gifts, my gifts.
I love that. I mean, here's the thing. Joanne and Natalie, dynamic duo from the depths of hell. But there's times when you're happy that your alter ego showed up for you. You know, where you're like, I'm really happy I didn't deal with that because I would have been too nice. You know what I'm saying? That's usually at least for me.
Mine's a giggly girl. Like Natalie has never been mean. She's fun. She's a good vibe, but she's a little messy.
She says what needs to be said.
Yeah, but you know, it's okay. Like, it happens sometimes. Like, your alter egos come out. Forgive yourself. Move on. Prosper.
Give yourself grace.
Give yourself grace.
We had such a fun episode, y'all. So, if you haven't, I'm sure, oh my God, like, this is the most TikToked presidential debate of history. There's already so many memes, and the one that just really got me was, I have concepts of a plan. Concepts of a plan, baby. Are you ready to go?
Let's get it. I hate that, like, there's something so relatable to concepts of a plan.
When I heard Homeboy say that, I literally was like, that sounds like me talking to my dad about something. Where he's like, what's your plan? And I'm like, we have concepts of a plan, Dad.
That debate was ridiculous. And the thing that, honestly, I think it low-key gave me life. It healed part of me the way she played him and laughed. And because I had thought I was losing my mind for years. Like, I genuinely thought I was losing my mind. And then I saw a representation up there and I was like, oh, no, it's fine. It's just the vibe. You know, concepts of a plan, it's relatable, but to the extent of a president is a little scary. Maybe because concepts of a plan in my life just means like catching a vibe. You know what I mean?
Like, I've thought about it for 15 seconds. There we go.
Seems good.
Seems good enough.
Let's try it out. Trial and error, baby. That's kind of the concepts of my plans when it comes to when I say that. You know what I mean? When my parents ask, when my friends ask, like, what was the plan in that? There weren't many. My past relationships. There were concepts in my past relationship. The most I thought about those memes, it was one, it's like when I asked my ex-boyfriend to do it, like, if he had a plan to take me on a date, it was concepts of a plan. And I cried laughing. I don't know if I was real tears or fake tears, but I was like, oh my God, that was my entire relationship. This man always had concepts of a plan, but no actual plan and no follow through. So you can have many concepts of plans.
The worst thing that the biggest lesson I learned in life was going to Europe for 4 weeks with only a concepts of plants. Okay. Oh. Holy shit, dude. We had legit airfare and like that was about it, and then everything was like concepts of a plan. Like, we had more mood boards than we had actual itinerary plans. And like we were like, okay,
Yeah.
so I think like this is gonna be the vibe. Like these are the outfits we need to pack. Like I had more outfits planned than actual plans. I had very much like it's gonna give Gossip Girl realness. And then it's like, where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna stay? It's like, it's okay, babes. We just have concepts of a plan. Did not work out. Let me just fucking tell you, the concepts of a plan on a big international trip didn't work out great. It was a good time, but it was really stressful.
The thing about being slightly delusional and concepts of a plan is when concepts meet reality, they sometimes play out a little different than you expect them to. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many vibes that you can catch unplanned where lack of a plan makes a really big difference in what goes down that day. Personally, any trip where it's just concepts of a plan is a gamble for me. Sometimes it's a really good time because there really is no plan. And you can, like, Miami is a great place for concepts of a plan. That's the best place to do that. Out of the country, no.
Yeah, let me tell you, a day trip somewhere, that's okay with concepts of a plan. You know where else me and Berenice went with the concept of a plan? The outdoors. We
Oh,
just
that's bad
did.
too.
That is bad. Do not try to go camping with just concepts of a plan. In our defense, we were just with some rookies. I think if it had just been me and Berenice, surprisingly, that would have worked out better. But we had some rookie outdoors people, and we needed to realize when we said, hey, we're going camping, we needed to have some more hard plans for everybody. Okay?
All I want to say is I had a plan and everybody else just had a concept of a plan. And it frustrated me because I don't really like to take care of people like that. Mostly when I was like, I want to go camping at 8 a.m. Everybody woke up hungover and we left at 3 p.m. Who goes camping at 3 p.m.? So I was already annoyed, okay? I was already annoyed.
I was with her. I was like, we shouldn't even go. And people were like, no, let's go. And I was like, no, bro. I was like, we're losing light, dude. I was like, there's a concept called light, bro, and we need the light to camp. And everyone's like, no, it's fine. It's not that serious. And we're like, we're gonna fucking die out there, dude.
Okay, and this is in Pullman, Washington, which is like 5 minutes away from Idaho, right? We decide, me with the greatest idea, to go to northern Idaho. I am unaware that it's hunting season. It's like open hunting season. People were strapped. Like, I've never rolled into a campsite where there were so many guns, like visible weapons, right? So that was maybe L number one. Well, L number one was leaving at 3 p.m. with like 1 hour left of daylight to a very remote, no cellular device location, northern Idaho. Okay. So that was mistake number one. Mistake number two was that I had just planned for me, thinking all the other adults were gonna plan for themselves. So we get to the campsite with like one little bundle of wood. Okay, now mind you, it's like October in northern Idaho. It gets quite chilly quite quick. So we go borrow an axe from our neighbors, again, strapped, okay? And we're like, hello, sir. Like, just can we borrow your axe? And they're like, straight up look at us like, how much wood do you have? Like, they read us to the T. They said, these people only have concepts of a plan, bro. And we're like, it's just a bundle of wood. They hooked it up. Like, at least that to that extent, the concept of a plan, they were kind, okay? Sometimes you get some silver linings. However, I would say the final mistake, the one that really was the kicker, was that we start setting up, and there was only 1 2-person tent for 5 grown-ups.
And so like they're laughing too hard. And so like it's at the point where the day has devolved. Like, this is no longer like hee hee ha ha, what's the plan?
We don't have any light.
We have lights going. Like, I asked people what they brought for food, and they brought literally like cup of noodle, and I was like, "Did you bring a pot for the water?" And they were like, "No," and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And then I literally was like, I can't believe I fucking, because I brought a book because I was gonna wake up and read the next day,
Oh my god!
and literally I realized, I was like, I don't even know why I brought this book before I made sure that everyone brought enough food. Like, people don't have enough food. We literally have one fucking tent. I'm looking, somebody's own, like, their warm clothes that they brought was literally just like a fucking onesie. And I was like, that's the warm clothes you brought for the night, knowing that it's gonna get like fucking sub cold. And then I was like, I don't even know why I brought this book. And like, I had the concept of the plan. And then literally, like, someone was like, yeah, I don't know why you brought that book, Ella. What was your plan there? And I was like, well, clearly none of us had a great fucking plan. I had a plan to read in the morning as the sun came up, but I don't think we're gonna fucking survive out here.
Yeah, and
we left.
Yeah,
we made an executive.
That story is that we did run out of wood at one point, and all went to cuddle in the car because we heard an animal alone.
Oh my god, bro!
And our phones were also dying. So yeah, it was vibes, and the concept of a plan did backfire right there and then. So maybe sometimes it's a no-go. Camping's
That's a
not
no-go
fun for a concept.
Dude, other times I've had concept. I feel like my whole life is just a concept of a plan, okay?
Yeah?
Like, I have a goal, but you cannot really plan the route to your goal. You know what I'm saying? It might take some twists and turns. We're on like a little bit of a candy cane, like a Candyland type route. Like, it's like going all, it's like zigzagging all over the board. We're gonna end up someplace. I have a concept of the place, but where we actually end up might not be there. Who knows? That's life,
Isn't
baby.
that just optimism, though? Isn't that just optimism?
Yes, we're gonna get there.
Yeah.
I know how, kind of, but you can't really determine. And then things just throw a wrench in your fucking concept of a plan. So even if you have the best plan, something will throw a wrench in it. So, you know, maybe sometimes having a concept of a plan is better than trying to plan the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm so comfortable with the concept of a plan. I need to know the full plan. I like it, and it also depends with who. You know what I mean? I was like, I want to know who's gonna be there, what time I need to be there, what do I need to wear, and that's how I know I'm changing as a person. I'm getting older. I'm setting in my ways just because now I need details. I need to know what I'm getting myself into because sometimes I fully believe in my concepts of a plan, but I'm not relying in anybody else's concepts of a plan.
Well, that's why, you know, sometimes you have to ask the people you're dating, what's your plan? Because they have concepts of a plan, and you realize, holy shit, when you said things like you wanted kids, you didn't really think that one through. You just liked like the concept of having kids. You didn't think about the details of how that was going to fit into your life, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there are those concepts of a plan. I will say, at least in my experience, as I have gotten a little bit more of a clear concept of the plan of what I want my life to be, even though, it's not like fully thought out yet. We're working on it, okay? I have noticed that it is important to voice your concepts of a plan at the start when you meet someone. Now I think that there's a lot of talk of like people place you in categories when they meet you, like dating wise, like this person's for hooking up and this person's for this. If you go up to literally somebody that you may be interested in, and when you are speaking about yourself, you literally talk about what you want your life to look like even dropping hints. Like, I think one time I was like, oh, well, like I want a family someday. So like, I really need to get my shit together and stuff like that. I didn't know that psychologically that took me out of the hookup category.
Yeah.
So, watch what you say.
You want to know a way to get out of the hookup category? Not hooking up, acting celibate. That's my
Oh,
that
that
one
too.
took that
That
one
too.
helped me out a
That
lot.
one too.
We don't give up the
Solid.
cookies so easily. They think you're not just
You know, I don't like to be touched anymore. I was like, I don't know you. Get away from me.
I
For real.
agree.
For real. Who are you?
I don't know where you've been.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, like, you gotta figure out, this is such an aside, but like, you know, like when you meet a cat and you can tell whether they're an outside cat or an inside cat?
Yeah.
I feel like I wasn't figuring out whether the people I was dating were they were outside cats or inside cats. Like, I didn't even know them that well, right? I didn't take that much time to like just get to know like the basics, because if I had like gotten to know them for like maybe 2-3 extra days, I would have figured that out.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I can you need to listen to people to hear their concepts of a plan.
Oh,
Ask the right
100%.
question.
100%.
Because a guy will tell you if he is for the streets.
Yeah.
He will tell you.
Right away, actually.
Yeah.
And he will also show you that he doesn't like
Mhm.
you in like 10 different ways. So, just remember, big girl ears, active listeners.
Big girl ears. Oh my god. Trademark.
Oh
That's good.
She's your big girl ears. No, okay, so the thing about, I feel like I am a full on like heart first, like pure intentions, full of hearts can't lose. Clear minds is very important in that one. Okay, so today I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I think I'm really gonna start dating like brain first, heart second. And she was like, what do you mean start? That's what I mean. When you lead with your heart, that's a concept of a plan. When you go in like plan first, that's just head first. You know what I mean? Connection will come later.
You can learn to love anybody, babes.
For real. Look at my track
Especially if
record.
you're... Yeah, I was on this. Like, if you're a certified lover girl, like, you don't even have to worry about the love part, dude. Like, that will come.
That's the point. Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
I know, we're like, literally, we're dying over here. Okay, like, my last one of, like, the concepts of a plan is trying out a hobby and then just going into it. Like, literally, like sometimes I will go all in on a hobby and my boyfriend's like, he's like, you're really getting into this. What's the plan? And I'm like, the concept of the plan is that I become a Bob Ross artist, okay? And they're like, what? And I was like, that's kind of the plan right now. It's just a deep dive into Bob Ross. Don't worry about it, okay? I just do a couple Bob Ross paintings a week to keep me level.
Yeah.
Have you watched Orange is the New Black?
Yeah, but I don't know that reference.
Okay, Crazy Eyes is, Crazy Eyes, that character.
Yeah.
She just talks about how her and the guards have like a signal of like when she's like emotionally regulated and thinking clearly. And so I think about that sometimes where it's like, no, I am emotionally regulated and very clear right now. I'm okay deep diving into this hobby. I am not in a manic episode, okay? I recognize when I can be a little manic, a little crazy. That's not the times right now. I just really like Bob Ross, okay?
Yeah. No, I get that. No, that's a really good check-in though. Like that makes a lot of sense. Because sometimes I will say I buy fabric thinking, oh my god, I'm going to start this project. But it's really just like, I'm not going to start the project. I still have that fabric to this day.
Well,
self-control is important.
You just had some yerba mate, so maybe check back in with that fabric, okay?
No, I'm currently still making like 3 more Lost Lands outfits like due tomorrow. Like I have a full-on plan. There is no more concepts. But I've woken up probably like last week after spiraling all summer and built a plan.
That's actually, let's go back to where this started. That's what gags me about this whole thing. Is he has the what has he been doing? He's had all the time to sit down and make a plan. Like, his only job is like
to make a plan.
take a fucking rest day from golf and make a plan, bro. Like, it's not that difficult.
He's got so many people at his disposal to make a plan, and that really is the kicker. You know what I mean? Like, I took a little breaky. I took a little 4-month summer break to, like, unravel. But now we're back to the plan. Like, we're done.
Exactly. And you know what? Today I had something happen, and I was like, you know what? This is all chill. Let's go back to the plan, okay? And when you don't have a concept of a plan, a little wrench in the plan, you can say, okay, well, I just need to solve this little problem because I already got the plan set out.
Sometimes making the plan, is the decision of growing up, of maturing, of change. And that's not so bad.
And I was going to say, sometimes making a whole life plan can be overwhelming, but maybe just start making choices that are heading in the right direction, okay?
Yeah.
So, sometimes doing the dishes, that's not in the plan, but it's heading in the right direction, so I fucking do them. That's my biggest gripe in life is those fucking dishes, because they keep on needing to be done.
Concepts of a plan.
You got any more concepts of a plan?
I'll end with this. My favorite place to have a concept of a plan, where I feel safe to just have a concept, is a music festival. I feel like that's the best place because there's just so many artists to see that you can't go wrong with just vibing out. If you lose your friends, well, the bare minimum of the concept of the plan is how I'm getting there and how I'm getting home, right? So everything in between, just hee hee ha ha.
I would say if a concept of a plan is something you feel very comfortable with, then maybe make a plan. But if you're always a planner and not having a plan completely fleshed out scares you, try that. Try a concept of a plan sometime. Do the opposite of what makes you comfortable.
Growth. We're trying plans this year.
Or not plans. It depends on what kind of cat you are, okay? Call back.
Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta go, dude. We have a lot of plans to plan. All right, baby. Thank you for listening this week to Thanks for Your Concern. Make sure that you're following us on social media at Thanks the Number for Your Concern. I'm at LL Tutor.
I'm at Berenice DSM.
And like always, make sure that you're subscribed, tell a friend, send this episode to someone who needs more than just a concept of a plan. And we love you, and we'll see you next week.
That's so rude. Sweetie, it's time to get your life together.
Bye. Bye.